Hey loves, this is Cozy Convos video 10. You don't need to be perfect to be loved. Love isn't earned through perfection. Perfection is a defense mechanism. This is intense coming from me because I have a lot to say here. I grew up pretty much a perfectionist, and it wasn't until last year when I became a live streamer in 2025 that I realized, talking to our community that we've been building, and how I was telling everyone, I believe that perfectionism is one of the most intense diseases out there. And I think it's part of the reason why people could end their lives, especially even when they have money. I think trying to be a perfectionist or being a perfectionist is exhausting, and it's a mental health problem because no one can be perfect. We're human. We're imperfectly perfect. We are beautiful humans, and we're all different and no one's perfect. We're not robots. We're not on social media. We're not AI. We're not perfect. And that's what makes us so beautiful and unique and special. And when we do this, it's a defense mechanism so that it stems from insecurities, in my opinion, because I've lived with it. I know. Yes, you can have a lot of perfect things and try to live this perfect life, but it's not, it's just, you're just distracting yourself. I was distracting myself from the truth of things, and I needed to look deeper and not just try to control everything. If you are a perfectionist like me, where our parents kind of very strict on us and super intense, so we just really feel like we need, if anything is off in one way, we're gonna get in trouble. It's not the best way, I would say, to raise your children, first off, but also think about why you're doing this and really take a good look at inside of where does this stem from? I've relaxed so much in the last 2-3 years. I used to literally wash my car steering wheel every time I'd leave and come back, because it was gross to me, because it was dirty, because my hands were dirty from the world. So we don't do that no more. And literally my dad just washed my car. I haven't washed it. So we've grown from literally being having too neat freak, crazy, if there's a hair off I'm on my chair, to now it's chilling. The car can be dirty for a little bit, wash it. So I've grown so much. But when I used to be super perfectionist, even worse, really bad, it's because you might have grown up in your parents raising you somewhere, teaching you some way, or kind of lashing out at you if you did something wrong, and now you're scared. It's almost like you're scared to do bad things, so then you're forced to be perfect, but that also stresses you out because it's impossible. So you're every day, it's exhausting. And so I'm just wanting to let you know this, that if you're in this, you're not alone. I grew up this way, and I lived a childhood that was like this, which put me into this. I've cooled down a lot. I'm so much better now, but we still, it's a something that you've been kind of traumatized or experienced since you were younger with your family. It's going to take some time. So give yourself grace in this process of not trying to be so perfect all the time. We have to give this grace to as we get into our late 20s, our 30s and 40s, we'll start to lose that mindset that's so toxic for happiness. It's stressful. So it's for me, it's gone really good in the last couple of years, but I know I do have some more to work on. But of course, you want to keep still where you have your shit together. Of course, still have structure. What I'm trying to say is no stress completely. Don't stress yourself out. Authenticity builds connection. Real love meets you where you are. The authenticity is building your connection. So yes, we want to have our shit together, right? When finding our love, meeting our person, but we don't want to be a perfectionist person, off the back, literally every single thing you say is going to be perfect to apply to this person in every single way. This is robotic. This is not real. And it's hard for you actually to fall in love with someone when you're not being your realest self. Also, it's going to be kind of hard for them to fall in love with you because you're so perfect. It almost makes them scared to even mess up so they can't even breathe or talk to you about real shit, about uncomfortable conversations. So for me, I was super like perfectionist back then. It was honestly probably I've been single for 5 years, so back then I wasn't obviously in a relationship. What I'm trying to say is there was probably another reason why back then I wasn't ready, because there's no way someone was going to be truly happy with someone if they're trying to be perfect all the time. And I know it's really interesting to think about, because you see all these social media models and people that are literally perfect and they get things done. They pay $1,000 to be perfect. And so it's hard to like understand that right now if you're like, well, like men like when we look a certain way or we act a certain way. But it's like, we're not trying to like be this perfect like doll thing that's just an object that they can just have in their, like, a real man knows why he doesn't want to buy an object or have an object to marry. A real man knows. He's experienced enough life where maybe he went down that path and realized it wasn't gonna last, or some of them got married and then failed and then realized why it's not a good path to go down. But a real man wants you to be, and this is for vice versa, not even for just women, also for men. This perfect, everything is so perfect, every single word you say, every single move you make. Like, it's for women and to men, it's not about being perfect, it's about being real. It's about being real. Show all the sides of you, not just this perfect shell of a person. I could come up on the screen with all the content I make for you guys. I could be this perfect person every single time. I could wear suits. I could do my makeup. I could do my hair literally perfect every single day. But I retired from that version of myself because it was exhausting and I was miserable back then. I've decided to just be myself, real and authentically. And I didn't do my hair today. I just combed it. And then I just kind of went like this with it, and that was it. And it's not perfect, and I don't care, because I'm not trying to be a perfect person, and I don't want to preach that in who I am, because that's exhausting, and I've lived it. I've lived that, trust me, and it's not fun. And so I don't want any women out there, younger women who watch my videos, to try to now be this Barbie of a thing, to be able to like to think that that's what all men want, and that's not the case. In my opinion, I would rather want a man who wants me for me, all the different versions and sides that come out of me. If I get emotional, if I cry watching a movie, if I'm squealing about an insect, like, and how cute it is, or my cats, like, they see all the versions of real of who I am. When someone, like, irritates me online or something, like, they see me for me, and like how my morals and values, I speak my truth, even if that's that cookie cutter. Oh, she's she's not like some men are trying to want that, and it's not going to be good for them. They think they want a perfect in every single way, like where a woman just kind of shuts up and looks pretty, and it's not the case. And also vice versa, having a woman to like marry a man who's that way, that's like a father to you. Oh, you can't put this here away. This is wrong. Imagine like you married a man who's like such a perfectionist, like a perfect person, that literally like you're just breathing down your neck like your father. And he's, again, a leader, so it's even worse. You're supposed to, technically, it's men lead and women guide, and you're dating a perfectionistic man. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. And then you feel like you're doing wrong in your own household. Like, I couldn't. So I suffer. If you suffer from this, or you've experienced this and you understand this, like, I'm just trying to help you, because I've suffered from this and I've got so relaxed for the years, and for good reason. And I want to help that for you too. It's not about being this perfect person. Yes, we should have morals and values and stick to our habits and, be a structured, be an adult human. But it's not about having everything within that space so perfect that if something's wrong, like, you kind of get stressed out, and you're just like, absolutely not. And you get angry, or you're like, you have like issues because you're so perfectionism. Like, it is okay. There's no irritation or matter if something is off. If a spill happened, it doesn't matter, right? So this could be in anything that's just like little like materialistic things, but this could be just in your life in general. For example, I'm going to work out at 8 a.m. for Monday through Friday for the rest of my life, period. That's a really strict, perfectionistic mindset. I don't know if I could live with someone. I will work out Monday through Friday for the rest of my life, no exceptions. But I have 24 hours in a whole day, and I'll figure out a time to work out. Even if it's a quick 15, 30-minute workout, I can get it done. So I know that I can be a perfectionist, but I let room to where it's not super dangerous perfection like I used to be. It is a normal, like attainable thing for other people not to suffer around me because of how perfectionist I am, right? So I just want you guys to really take a look at yourself. If you do feel like you kind of, find yourself being this type of woman or a man that has to be perfect with every room he walks into and every phone call on a date, everything when he drives, like every single thing in every single life, you just feel like you're living in this perfect, like almost like a fantasy, because we're human, we're not perfect, but you're almost living in this. If that is you, then this is for you. And trust me, I've been in your shoes. And yeah, you don't need to perform. You don't need to perform. Someone's gonna love you for you, and you do not need to. For you, that is not your compatible match, or they're seriously just not ready for a relationship, meaning maybe they're not as mature yet, or they haven't learned certain life things, or they're just not ready to settle down and spend the rest of their life with one person. They're just simply not there yet, and you are. So don't ever let this be like, okay, well then I'm just going to be more and more perfect, and it gets you down the rabbit hole of becoming a crazy perfectionist like I used to be. Like, no, we need to just be ourselves. Yes, if we want to fix some things, like maybe our morals, and maybe there was a habit that like, you're like, yeah, that habit that I used to do, if I lived with a woman or if I lived with a man, that would be kind of not so like pleasant, and maybe I could be better here. But I know that it's a weakness, but I'm not going to be a perfectionist, but you're going to know your weaknesses and change them slowly, but not change the fundamental you, and not try to be this, you know what I mean? Like your whole personality is now like you're a robot or something. Because then that's when it's hard to really fall in love and, accept someone, and for them to like accept you without feeling like exhausted because of how perfect you are, Being real invites intimacy. So you guys can have those like cute moments of like vulnerability together. And just, it's beautiful. When people are too perfect all the time, they can't allow themselves to have those vulnerable, intimate moments that are just these conversations that are so cute and like soulful and just real, and like no one has to watch, like no one needs to know, but it's just like between you two, and you want to have that trust with that person. You want to build that, right? So we can't just be like we're the perfect person at all times. Like we can explain what we go through. We can talk about some struggles that we're going through. We can talk about some new goals that we have, some new things we're trying to quit. We can be real even while still being ourselves and still having our shit together. Just because you say you like you're working on something, or like some, doesn't mean that you don't have your shit together and they're like, oh, well then he's just not a person I want to marry, because he's being real in himself. Yes, it depends on what they're working on, because some people, or maybe a little bit, they've grown past it a lot longer. So some people will not be a match for you because what you're working on is something that it's a non-negotiable and they need it to be fixed. That's a different story. But either way, there's going to be a match out there for you. Whatever you're being, just be real, because there will be someone that's on that same journey with you. Like, oh, like I'm actually working on that as well. And they're like, what? Because you're both vulnerable on something and not so perfect. I'm this perfect person, which is why you should date me. No, it doesn't work like that. It's not how someone's going to truly feel comfortable to love you or trust you in any way. So be real, even if that means you maybe will not be able to attain certain women, that's okay. Or certain men, that's okay. You were real and honest, and then there will be someone. And then maybe when they said that they didn't like that about me, but like, do I like that about me? If you do like it, then keep it. You're going to find another match out there that's going to love you for you. But if you don't like that about yourself and you're like, kind of, yeah, I understand why they just feel like we're not a match, and they wouldn't want to do this. So like, maybe I need to change this. Don't change it for them. They're going to be gone, right? Don't try to keep them. Change it yourself if you could revisit in the future, but be real and vulnerable and raw. Man or woman to man or woman. Be real. Or like have this guard up, like this person's gonna out to get us. Like literally, like they're gonna like, oh, this person's just like here, just gonna break my heart right now. Sometimes we have a guard up, and the reason why we do this is because we've experienced some trauma or some pain in a past relationship that hurt us, and it means that it might hit a nerve, or this person might have said something or look a certain way or do something, and it hit a nerve, and you person reveal themselves. If it's fake and too perfect like AI, then it's like you can't trust them. It's a dangerous battle. They might like just have a meltdown. Like they may look a certain way. Sometimes people dress and like, their Instagrams don't look as, they don't know how to take pictures and know how to like promote themselves. Us to be real either, because we have this like little shell. So then we can't have a conversation that can flow in any way. because we have this preconceived idea of someone before we even got to know them. And if I'm going to be honest with you, from all the men I pretty much talked to, really you look at their Instagram and you can kind of see who this person is. But there is going to be those people like who they take pictures or anything and they just actually are a good person. But at the same time, it depends what your goals are, because then do you want someone who doesn't care about those things either? So just think about your compatibility in general. But for them, anything, they don't like care about anything. So they don't even care about social media. They just don't care about, like, they just have so much trauma that they're just like, I'd rather not be a part of this world and just like live here. But that means when they live here, they're in quiet and secret, so they can do a lot of guard up. But also be aware of when you're dating, like for a woman or a man, look at their profile, look at who's this person, like what are they doing? Like, do they want to be part of? Do they hate society? Do they have skeletons that they're hiding? Do they do things illegally so they have to like not have an account or like not put their face on it? Like, why are they so not involved in society? But this is just one aspect, right? There's multiple aspects, but still, like, don't have your guard up to the point that you're like now putting negative stuff, but be aware. And then be like, after you're aware of it, be like, I'm going to give this person the benefit of the doubt. Know how to take pictures, they don't know how to post, they don't know how to do it. And not even have 5 pictures, not even a couple. They just don't care. And so if you want to try it, tread lightly. Don't put your heart in. They usually hurt you. Because they literally can't even be happy with, they can't even give something to the world, not even a photo, they're usually hiding something from what I've seen, or they're literally really good liars. I've lived it. It's kind of crazy. But still, just because we know this, there's still those unicorns out there. So just as they're telling you who you are, you're asking questions that will, what you kind of think, you're asking questions that will get who this person actually is. What are they hiding? What are their insecurities? Why, you know what I mean? That's just one aspect. There could be anything that you feel like maybe that brings your guard up, just something maybe if you meet someone in person, all you're seeing is them in person, right? That's all you know. You don't even see their social media. I mean, you're not going to ever find love or ever fall in love because you're always guarded, right? So dating over time and understanding men or understanding women like this very quickly. Here are some affirmations for you to use. I am lovable as I am. Be real. This is video 10, Cozy Convos. I hope this helped in every single way, guys. I'm here for you. I've dealt with so much of this, like I've lived this, I feel this, and you know, I'm still with the same, we're all here in the community, all single, most of us, and we all are looking for our life partner. So in any way that we can help each other get there. And if you want to change things slowly but surely for you, not for them, for you because you actually want to, beautiful. We do it simultaneously and we just get better and better. And then we actually get to understand who our life partner is better as time goes while we're dating. And we also learn more about ourselves while dating as well. And we grow from it and we start changing things. So it's super beautiful. It's super fun. I want you guys to have hope and be yourself. And like, what are you doing day to day? What's your goals? And like, what about you? Where do you see yourself? Just like a normal person. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you in the next one.